Oh, imagine waking up at the crack of dawn, not to the sound of an annoying alarm clock, but to the soft purr of your latest model luxury car's engine warming up in your garage. Now, that's a wake-up call only a true yuppie could appreciate. The day's first task? Choosing between a wardrobe full of high-end branded clothes, the Armani suit or the Burberry blazer. The Gucci loafers or the Prada brogues? Decisions. It's like a high-stakes game of fashion roulette, where the only losing bet is not being the best dressed in the room. Then it's time for breakfast, an elaborate spread of fresh fruits, granolas, pastries, and a steaming cup of artisanal coffee, all laid out on a silver platter. The kind of breakfast that would make a five-star chef green with envy. But alas, time is of the essence, and our yuppie friend can only grab a bite of a croissant before rushing out the door. The star of the morning routine, however, is the grand exit, the moment when our yuppie, dressed to the nines, steps into his gleaming luxury car. The soft leather seats, the polished wood trim, the smooth hum of the engine. It's a symphony of sophistication. But just as the day begins on a high note, it also comes with its challenges, traffic, for instance. But worry not, for our yuppie is prepared. He navigates the city streets with the grace of a ballet dancer, all the while listening to a podcast on global economics or perhaps the latest tech trends. And thus, amidst the chaos of the city, our yuppie finds his moments of peace. Whether it's the quiet hum of his car engine or the soft rustle of his silk tie, these are the sounds that echo the rhythm of his life. So ends the morning saga of our yuppie friend, who values his car's engine purr more than a hearty breakfast. Now picture a yuppie's vacation. It's not just about getting away from it all, but getting away in style. Imagine this, our yuppie friend, fresh from a grueling morning of trading stocks or closing deals, decides it's time for a break. But not just any break. This is a yuppie we're talking about, a commercial flight to a popular tourist destination. Oh no, that simply won't do. This is where the private jet comes in. It's not just about the speed or convenience, it's about making a statement. If you're not jetting off to your holiday destination in your own private aircraft, are you really even holidaying? And let's not forget about the onboard amenities. Why settle for a packet of peanuts and a soda when you can have gourmet meals and vintage champagne at 35,000 feet? And the destination? Well, it has to be remote and exotic. Think private islands in the Caribbean or secluded villas in the French Riviera. But remember, it's not about the tranquility or the scenery. It's about the ability to casually drop into conversations that you've just returned from a little-known paradise, ideally one that's almost impossible to pronounce. And of course, it's about the Instagram-worthy pictures, because if a yuppie vacations in a stunning location and doesn't post about it, did it really happen? The accommodation, needless to say, is nothing short of opulent. We're talking private pools, personal butlers, and views that belong on a postcard. But the irony is, our hard-working yuppie is hardly there to enjoy it. They're too busy exploring the local culture, by which we mean hunting for the trendiest restaurants and the most exclusive clubs. For our yuppie friend, vacationing isn't just about relaxation. It's about making sure everyone knows they're relaxing in the most extravagant way possible. Ever wonder what a yuppie's dinner looks like? Let's just say it's more about the price tag than the actual meal. Picture this. A typical evening in the life of a yuppie. The time, 6:30. The mission, to find the most extravagantly priced restaurant in town that no one's even heard of yet. Not because they're particularly hungry, oh no, but because dining at an exclusive spot is the yuppie's way of saying, I've arrived. Now, it's not just about the restaurant's exclusivity. The menu plays a crucial part too. You won't find anything as pedestrian as spaghetti bolognese on a yuppie's plate. No, it has to be something exotic. Something that sounds unpronounceable and preferably unspeakable. Like a rare African bird that only flies during a full moon, or a fish caught in the deepest part of the Pacific Ocean. The ordering process is a theatrical performance in itself. Yuppies love to ask the waiting staff intricate details about each dish. The more complicated the dish, the better. And the price? The higher, the more appetizing. It's a strange phenomenon that the less they understand about a dish, the more they're inclined to order it. Once the meal arrives, it's all about savoring the presentation, the aroma, the ambiance. The food, well, that's often left untouched. It's almost as if eating is secondary to the whole dining experience. Now let's talk about tipping. For yuppies, leaving a tip isn't just about expressing gratitude for good service. It's a statement, a bold declaration of their affluence. The tip often equals the cost of the meal itself, sometimes even surpasses it. So, there you have it, the Yuppie dinner dilemma. A gastronomic adventure that's more about the spectacle and less about the sustenance. An evening dedicated to the art of fine dining, where the food is more for show and less for consumption. All in all, a Yuppie's dinner is less about filling the stomach and more about emptying the wallet. So what have we learned about the Yuppie lifestyle? It's all about living in the fast lane, both literally and metaphorically. At the crack of dawn, our Yuppie friend is already in a rush, juggling a hot cappuccino and a cold smartphone. Their mornings are as frantic as the stock market they so love to monitor. The only difference is there's no bell to signal the start of their day. It's a constant race against the clock, with the prize being a few extra minutes of sleep. Then we have the jet-setting Yuppie, who's always on the move. Their passport is as thick as a novel, filled with stamps from far-flung corners of the world. But the irony is they're usually too busy to enjoy the exotic sights. They're like a whirlwind, leaving a trail of half-drunk cocktails and unopened hotel toiletries in their wake. Their vacation photos mostly consist of laptop screens and conference room backdrops, with the occasional beach or landmark thrown in for good measure. And who can forget the Yuppie dinner dilemma? They dine at the finest restaurants but barely have the time to savor the exquisite flavors. The food may be 5-star, but their eating habits? Not so much. They're more likely to remember the Wi-Fi password of the restaurant than the taste of the truffle pasta they ordered. It's fine dining meets speed eating, a culinary paradox if there ever was one. The Yuppie lifestyle is a study in contrasts. A world of luxury that's always in a hurry, of extravagant getaways that feel like business trips, and of gourmet meals eaten in haste. It's a life of having it all, but barely having the time to enjoy it. It's an existence filled with designer clothes, flashy cars, and high-tech gadgets, all seemingly enjoyed on fast forward. In the end, being a Yuppie is about enjoying the finer things in life, even if you don't have the time to actually enjoy them.